Hello, I'm Joe, aka Mr. Fragrance, and today we have an exciting video. This is a tag video, and it's going to bring back some kind of stories and some memories that I've maybe not talked about ever on the channel before. So it's quite exciting, and I look forward to the video, so enjoy. So today, it's an interesting number. We've got 4 of my most nostalgic fragrances, and that's quite good because look, there's no way of saying this without sounding slightly odd, but I am probably slightly younger, slightly younger than the majority of other YouTubers that do fragrance reviews, at least. So I actually, nostalgic to me is like just a few years ago, really. I mean, I started properly getting into fragrances and like wearing fragrances. I mean, I had like Lynx deodorants and stuff at like 10 years old, really enjoying, you know, smelling nice and things like that. But it was probably like 12 years old I started getting like some cheap Lynx Adidas stuff, and 13, 14 actually buying myself a couple of good fragrances, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Now really just getting some more interesting stuff, some niche in my collection now. So I am going to be looking back though at fragrances that remind me of particular moments and things like that. So enjoy the video, and yeah, thank you very much for John Murrel for tagging me in this video. Before I move on, I must say who I'm tagging. So thanks again to John Murrel for tagging me in this video. It's I really like this concept. So really interesting video that was, and yeah, so I am really excited to go through these. I'm going to tag 3 people that I think, well, I mean, I know so many people that would be really interesting doing this video, but hopefully I'll come around to them anyway. So the 3 people I am tagging are, and I really apologise if you've already done this tag and it's somehow gotten lost in, you know, there's a lot of people I'm subscribed to, a lot of people in this community that I have so much respect for, and sometimes it's hard to watch every video. You know, it's not, I don't make it a chore. You know, I've heard people say, you know, you don't want to end up making it a chore. So, you know, I do them in my own time when I have time to watch these videos, so I can watch them thoroughly and right the way through. And that's the best thing about YouTube, is you need to watch the whole video to get all the information. And so yeah, I don't end up getting through as many YouTube videos, you know, from people that I love and appreciate as much as I maybe should, or anyway, busy life. So if you've already done it, I'm very sorry, but I'm gonna tag, and it's been a while since I've actually tagged Barry from Sensualized, but I am going to tag Barry from Sensualized because one of the fragrances I'm going to go through is something that he may have heard of. I mean, we'll get to that. It's from at least where I believe his accent is from anyway. And then I'm also going to tag, and I've tagged her so many times, and I'm sorry I don't always comment on her videos as well, but I do watch so many of her videos. She's just got such an incredible character, a lovely woman, and that is Gabby from the Fragrantician. She's a lovely woman, and it's great to kind of keep up with her content. She makes cracking videos. And I'm sticking with my kind of my lucky 3, the 3 I would always go to. So I've got Barry, I've got Gabby, and then I'm going over to the Fragrance Wardrobe. So those are my 3 tags. Fragrance Wardrobe, brilliant channel again. He's kind of getting back to it now. You know, took a little break, very short break really, like a week or so. But he's back, and so yeah, make sure to jump on his channel because he makes some incredible content, and he's always getting hauls in it. Really great to look at, and you'll be very jealous of his collection. So enjoy those, and again, no one feel pressured to do it. I know everyone is very busy. I always worry. The thing is I don't know that many people, and for me, I don't always want to repeat the same kind of people, because then these people are just going to get overloaded with tags from me. So I don't want to overload people, but then also it's like you want to. In my head, I feel like I can't really tag anyone even if I'm friends with them or I've spoken to them on Instagram or something. I can't tag like the really big channels, because then it seems like I'm going to them for subs. It's difficult, because then, you know, I also want to support the smaller channels as well, but I don't know that many. So anyway, let's just jump into this. I'm overthinking it. The first fragrance that I have at least a nostalgic feeling for, and I'm going to start it off when I'm really young. This is Azzaro Homme, and I love this fragrance. It's a barbershop fragrance. I didn't know it as a barbershop fragrance at the time. The reason I really like this, and the reason I think I've got it in my kind of my roots, that I enjoy smelling the barbershop fragrances. This is what my dad wore. This has kind of been a fragrance, and he loves smelling nice, but he's never really like collected. He's got 4 or 5. I never kind of had that drive to get any more. You know, it's simple man, simple mind. You know, not at all materialistic, and that's that kind of mindset that I really appreciate, and I also abide by it. I sometimes see my collection and think, God, do I really need this? You know, there's people that are really, really needing this world, and I'll still do my best that I can at times to help them out. And I think that that's one of the things I'll take from him for the rest of my life is, you know, that non-materialistic mindset. You know, you do not need any, you know, try not to take too much more than you really need. But with this fragrance, that's kind of what it's reminded me of, and because of his small collection, he rarely wore anything other than this. And yeah, it reminds me so much of him, so much. His kind of shaved, he'd just have had a shave, and this is what he'd smell in a suit going to work, and I love it. I just love it. Some people I've heard people say that, you know, they don't want to smell like their parents, they don't want to smell like their dad, they don't want to smell like their brother, that kind of stuff, and I don't quite see it, that this isn't going to ruin that image for me. In fact, it's only going to enhance it and make kind of bring them closer. Yeah, I don't see that. So this is a great fragrance, and it really does bring back some kind of nostalgic memories of at least when I was younger and, you know, didn't know too much about fragrance. So yeah, that brings back memories of a time where I was a lot younger, just overwhelmed with anxieties and worries, and just being, yeah, my dad just smelled like that, and I was like, that's kind of like one kind of safe haven you can go back to. So yeah, next one is Ted Baker London Man. This is nostalgic for very, very different reasons. This is nostalgic to me, and it's kind of 3 years ago I got this for Christmas, and over that kind of Christmas period into New Year's Eve, I wore this, and I really, really liked it. It's a great fragrance, it really is. It's kind of just like a sweet, it's generic, but it smells really nice, and I wore this over Christmas, and I wore this at the New Year's party, and from then on, for the next 3 New Years, I just wore it every New Year, and it's kind of become like a little tradition, and that's why this is nostalgic, because every time I wear this, I think of that initial New Year, and for some reason, something was just so amazing about that. I think that was kind of the year that I started getting a little bit more interesting fragrances, and I thought, when I saw this, in my kind of snobbery, I thought, okay, Ted Baker fragrance might not be great, and I was unbelievably surprised when I smelt it, and so I wore it a lot, and that's kind of stuck with me. So this is a great fragrance, and it's really quite nostalgic to me. Now, I really want Barry to see this one. Barry, so if you're watching, I really hope you see this. This is a Peaky Blinders fragrance. Now, if you're from America, you possibly won't know of this. Peaky Blinders is a UK TV show, and it's based in Birmingham, and the thing is I could attempt like a Brummie accent for this. It brings back memories, this fragrance, it really does. This is nostalgic, not because, this kind of doesn't really define nostalgia, but what this does is it smells so much like it's from the time that they're discussing here, but it smells slightly American. It smells like dry grass, it smells like hay, it smells like rum, it smells like alcohol, it smells like gin, it smells like amber. Oh, it's this fragrance here, it just makes me imagine kind of living out in the Wild West, or living in Birmingham back in whenever the Peaky Blinders was set. You know, I actually don't know enough about Peaky Blinders. I need to watch it. I've got Netflix, I should really watch Peaky Blinders, but it brings back memories of what I imagine it would have smelt like, and this is what I imagine they would have worn if they did wear anything. This is the Shelby Brothers fragrance, and it is so cheap. It's so good though. This is completely different. This is no way generic. You will have never smelt anything like this. unless that is, for some reason, this is a clone of something that I don't know of. It could be, possibly, but I don't think so. I really don't think it is. Look it up if you're thinking of getting it, because it could possibly be. But other than that, you're not going to smell anything like this. It's crazy good. It is crazy good, and it's probably going to be divisive. This is in no way a mass appealing fragrance. I don't recommend this to you if you're looking for like a sweet kind of winter fragrance or a fresh summer fragrance. This is different. This is very different. So good. So good. Finally, another one that kind of makes me think of my dad in terms of nostalgia. This is Roger and Gallet's L'Homme Sport. The reason I'm nostalgic with this one is because it's the same kind of vibe as Azzaro Pour Homme, but it's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit kind of airier. This one it's the lighter version of L'Homme itself, and this actually was about here when I received it, and it was from my dad. It was just less than halfway full. He gave me this because he already had L'Homme. He had 2 bottles of L'Homme, really liked L'Homme, and he really liked the old formulation of L'Homme, which I managed to pick up recently, a little bottle. I think, yeah. So anyway, he gave me this, and as you can see, I'm getting pretty close to finishing it. It was actually a go-to for me in terms of wearing it after tennis, or, well, not that I played that much tennis, but it was, you know, a sport that I tried to get into a little bit. This is just something I wore a little bit after doing sport, after doing anything that kind of involved any sort of showering afterwards. I'd put this on. So yeah, this is a really nice nostalgic fragrance. Just brings back those barbershop memories. That kind of, it's like a weird, it's like an amber smell. That amber, and this one's a little bit lighter because it's got some lemon, and it's got some bergamot in it as well, and it's a really nice fragrance. Roger and Gallet, I need to do something a bit more with them. I've not properly explored that brand. I've only got their L'Homme stuff. I'd be interested in seeing what else they do. I think Roger and Gallet could be a fragrance that opens up a lot of doors in terms of some really interesting stuff. So that's the company I'm going to look into. So thank you for watching, and I'm sorry, it's a little bit of an interesting video. I really like the style. I really like the idea. I don't know whether I pulled it off or not, but thank you so much for watching. Again, not very edited video, I imagine, but simple, relaxed, talking. Let me know what you think. Tell me your nostalgic fragrances. I'd love to know. Honestly, I really would. And I'll read them all in the comments section down below. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Mr. Fragrance.